Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Once again, we are live for your 2025 Canadian Women's Championships here at the Hidden Spot, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. We have the next match locked, loaded, ready to rock and roll. Kathy Metzinger taking on Constance Paskimin. Couldn't fit her full name into the scoreboard without it being really tiny, so Const Pask. Is what we've got it as. We'll wait for a few more viewers to join us before I go into the full opening of what's happening. So if you're just joining us, it is the 8th ball of the Canadian Women's Championships. Finished off with both 10 ball and 9 ball. Both of those we have champions. Happens to be the same lady, Miss Brittany Bryant. So the Triple Crown, or the hat trick for all my Canadian viewers, is still alive. If Brittany Bryant takes down the title in 8 ball, she will be the Triple Crown winner. There you go, Rob. I had faith. I knew you could do it. So Constance with the break. So in pretty big contrast from going from rotation game of both 10 ball and 9 ball. 8 ball a little bit more strategic, a little bit more cluttered. Pattern play obviously going to become a little more important. You'll probably see a little more strategic play in the safeties. Fairly cluttered table. I think I'm probably going to go low ball here with the 13 where it is. 5 can maybe find a home. You might have to use that 5 ball to kind of break apart, rearrange the furniture to get to the 8 ball. So I'd probably clear out most of everything prior to that. Kathy just waiting for, I think it's Del Arcan on the other table. And as always, for those joining us, obviously with us not being able to broadcast on Facebook, really need to rely on your guys' help. If you can help me out there and just like the stream, that would be great. If you can double down on that, copy the stream link and post that out for me, I would appreciate that. So would the ladies. They certainly deserve to have the audience. And unfortunately, with Facebook putting the ban on for the music, we cannot go live on Facebook, probably and assumingly for the rest of the event. I'm not sure how long the ban is for, but they have banned us before for it, so I would imagine that this one will be a little bit hefty from them, which I just don't get. But that's just me. For any of the ladies that are tuned in at this point playing in the event, I have been notified that the masseuse will be here soon. If you're looking to utilize and get in and get the massage done, he will be here soon. And get all the knots and the kinks worked out. All right, ball in hand here for Kathy. But again, you know, a little bit of a muddy table with all the cluster in the middle. Now the 9 ball complicating things, getting in the way, blocking that 5 ball. 5 did go prior. It is some muddy, muddy waters. Yeah, I like this. Rearrange the furniture a little bit. Just got to watch with that 6 ball being there that you don't jump out of the frying pan into the fire. Not terrible. I think the 6 still passes by the 11 ball into the bottom right. Also goes to the top right-hand corner, top left-hand corner, bottom left-hand corner. So a few different options. 8 ball does go into the bottom right. So she does have options here. 3 ball, maybe a nice little pinch. The power shot, I love it. Now we'll see whether she decides to take on the combo for 7. She does indeed. If she hits this, this could end up really, really well here for Kathy. That 4 ball with the angle cut back on the 7 should clear the 5 ball. End up on that bottom rail somewhere. She does have a window to it. She might have to hit this with just a little bit of right hand, just to throw it a little bit more left into that bottom right hand corner. That'll leave the 5 ball open, 6 to the top right hand corner, 8 ball to the left side. This will be a really nice run. Might want to have a touch of angle here. Yeah, nice shot. Touch of angle is good. Nice little draw. You want to get as straight onto that 6 as what you can, given where the 6 ball is. But I would rather be short, so left of center. I'd rather be on that side than come back and be on the right of center. So this will work. That's a great shot. Again, same type of shot, nice little pinch. Put that cue ball just above where that 11 is on that line, and she'll have that 8 ball into the left side pocket. Very nice. Didn't want to land on top of that 11. That is going to hamper the bridge being tree-topped. However, the likes of Kathy Metzinger, I don't see it really being too much of an issue, although it is first game. Trying to get the elbow grease worked in. Yeah. That 11 ball sticking its nose in the game. So that will bring Constance to the table fairly wide open. I think I'm starting with the 12 ball. Cause a little bit of separation on that cluster between the 12, 15, 9 ball. From there, should be fairly wide open spaces. Everything having a home at that point if she starts with this 12 ball. Now again, this is based on the fact that I'm assuming she has enough of the 12. If not, certainly into the 15. It will leave that 12-9 a little funny. Doable, but funny. Yeah, that's a nice shot. She'll be on. Now, if it was me at the table, if she's got the 12, I'm going to go into that right now. So hard to tell with how close those are. I wonder if the side view tells us anything. Yeah, it looks so close. So close from there. right? But again, lots of options. She's got the 10 ball. She could take the 14 ball, 11 ball, really whatever she wants. She's getting down and giving it kind of the one-eyed wink, so a little bit close, but given where the 8 ball is, I certainly don't mind her going for this, even if it's tight and she misses. Very well done. She's got the 14 ball as the savior here. Fremont, North Carolina tuning in. How are you, Donnie? Appreciate you joining us. So once again, if you are just tuned in, do me a favor if you can. We're only live on YouTube. Facebook gave us the old jail sentence for the music in the background. So I can't go live to both Facebook and YouTube. It is only YouTube at this point. So I'm going to rely a little bit more on you guys today if you can help me out. Just make sure you like the stream, copy the stream link, and share that out for me. I would really appreciate that. Open table miss from Constance leaves the long pot here for Kathy Metzinger. Nothing hampering her this time. And she's got the full ability and full capability. Potting this ball, touched the 13, so we are playing cue ball fouls only. And even in the regular play of 8 ball, not a foul. Constance does have the option to put the 13 back, opts to just leave it there. A little bit of a longer bridge here for Kathy. Smooth and steady. Jars in the pocket. We've seen that happen all weekend long. Got to hit the heart. It is certainly better as far as upload capacity. YouTube does have a bigger capacity that way. But it does cut out quite a few viewers when I can't go live to both. Some don't have YouTube and so on and so forth. So that's where I need to rely on y'all if I can. I would greatly appreciate it, and definitely it's not something I can wrap my head around, if I'm being honest, with how Facebook operates. Right, it's the same thing. It does fall under the law of fair play. So same as when you're walking through a shopping mall and they're playing music in the background. It's not the main content that we're producing, right? And I'm commentating. It's background music. It's under the law of fair play. But for some reason, Facebook decides all the time, and they've done it to us more than once, and it's extremely frustrating when that happens. Right, and it took me so long this morning to try to figure out what was going on. I couldn't go live. I couldn't get a stream link. I couldn't do really anything, and I couldn't figure out why it was. So eventually figured it out, and I tried to fix it. I really did. I tried to change the profile for the stream program we use. Tried to change the profile, get it onto a different account on Facebook, and it just didn't matter what I did. It just wasn't happening. So I decided, you know what? I don't want to delay the live stream any longer. So we're just doing YouTube. So with that miss on the 8 ball, cue ball for Kathy ended off fairly well. Depending on your perspective, if you're Constance, you're not really loving it. Given that the 8 is now just locked in the jaws of the pocket, sitting up there with no issue at all. Great shot. I don't know if she called that 11. Looks like she did. Sitting good here now. 9 ball would be my shot next. I'd probably go 9 ball, 10 ball, 14, 13, 8. So 9 ball into the bottom left. Take the 10 ball into the bottom right-hand corner. And just a nice pocket weight shot. Leave myself the cut on the 14 into that left side pocket. Just roll up. or even a stun there, and take the 13 and the 8. Sitting in the top right-hand corner. That sure came close to that right-hand side pocket. Yeah, Randall, and I mean, I get it, and believe me, I fully respect the fact that these artists, excuse me, these artists need to get paid. They're the original producers of the music, and I fully get that, right? And I respect it, right? It's their content, it's their music. At the same time, I don't really have a lot of control over the background music, the same as in a shopping mall. So a foul there. It will be ball in hand. Not that she would have needed it from this point. Metzinger drawing first blood indeed. And yeah, trying to get a hold of anybody human at Facebook. I mean, we've sent them message after message after message after message. I've been down that road so many times, and it just seemingly they do not really care. We're still small potatoes. So our voice in the grand scheme of things when it comes to Facebook really doesn't mean a whole lot. Certainly frustrating, and I do apologize to everybody for not being able to continue on both platforms. I don't even know how long the ban is for. But I know they've banned us before. It's been a minute, been a while, but hopefully it's not a long one. A dry break there from Kathy Metzinger. And I'm fairly certain I'm going low ball here. Probably going to take that 2-ball as my opener. 2-ball leads to the 4, leads to the 1, leads to the 3. And leads to the, or I guess that's the 5-ball on that left rail. So the 5-ball, that leads to 3, 6, 7, and then the 8. However, you gotta make the first part of that equation happen first. Gotta make the 1-ball. Facebook is not my friend at all. 'Tis a true statement right there. So Kathy Metzinger going to step to the table, and she might actually start with the 7-6 combo here. Right, if that's dead straight on and she can kind of hold that 7-ball, I think that's probably how I'd start. I didn't want to touch that 3-ball and send it farther down the rail. The saving grace there, she does have the 7-ball, so if she can create a little bit of angle on that 7 going into the side, she can get that 3-ball off the rail, break that out. So it is now plan B, one simple shot like that. This is one of the complications with 8-ball. One shot can change your entire plan. Right, I believe her plan was to leave that 5-ball on the left side rail as her out ball to the 8. Kind of clean up the mess up top. Leave yourself good on the 5. It's automatic or fairly automatic shape to the 8-ball. two sitting a little bit funny. I think that's why she's probably not shot that yet. Only 8 likes, indeed. 62 on YouTube and only 8 likes. Help me out, y'all. I do like that shot. I think that it was better served than trying to take that 2-ball. 2-ball was heading into the path of the 8-14. Didn't really lead to anything positive that she liked. So I do like the attempted cut on the 1. And with that sitting into the pocket, that ties up the 14 ball, the 11 ball. So not a terrible miss. So Constance stepping to the table. Not sure what she's shooting at here. Looks like she's shooting the 2-ball. Aha. Shooting the 11 into the 1. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. Take out the duck. Question is did she hook her behind? If not, she's onto the 4. Just on top of the 2 here. Tight side pocket from that angle for sure. And looking live, the 4 will go in behind that 11 ball. So if Constance decides to leave that there, the 4 ball still has a home there. So with the other options, I think I'm probably taking out the 11. It really doesn't have the significance of blocking the 4. Might on the 2, but there's other options for the 2 ball. Thank you, Cindy. Much appreciated. Came out a little live off that rail. Now sitting behind the 4 ball and trying to bridge over top, right-handed. She does the switch hit. Augsburg, Germany in the house. Welcome, Guitar Man. Appreciate you tuning in. So it is the last event for those that have not been with us or joined all week. It is the 2025 Canadian Women's Championships. We're playing out of the hidden spot in Calgary, Alberta. Started broadcast on Tuesday early morning of 9 a.m. It is a 3-event or 3-disciplined event. Started off with 10 ball. That went Tuesday, Wednesday. Went into 9 ball next. That was Thursday and Friday. Now into 8 ball, which will finish off tomorrow night. So the winner of the first 2 events, Canada's #1 seeded female player, Ms. Brittany Bryant, looking for the hat trick, taking home the Triple Crown if she can win the 8 ball event here as well. Just a touch off on the trajectory there for Ms. Metzinger. But again, first match jitters, on the stream jitters, trying to get that elbow grease worked out. Kathy, no stranger to the game. No stranger to 8 ball. And certainly no stranger to a 9-foot table. Is this the finals or the semifinals? No, we're not even close to that. This is just still first round of 8-ball. We are sitting locally here at about 10-1 on Saturday. So the finals for 8-ball will probably be the late tomorrow night, even into the wee early hours of Monday morning. So the finals for 9-ball, that took place last night. And if you missed that stream, it's on both Facebook and YouTube. Highly recommend going back and watching that. That was Brittany Bryant doing Brittany Bryant things, showing why she is the #1 top-rated female in Canada. All right, Kathy to the table, looking to add to the lead. It is a race to 6 in 8-ball. It has indeed, Stacy. And I'll announce again, so for any of the ladies that are playing in the event, and if you're watching and you're looking to get a massage, I believe massage guy is on his way. He should be here fairly soon, from what Joanne tells me. So if you're looking to get the kinks and the knots worked out, they'll be in soon. Yeah, nice shot. She's got a nice little shot on the 5-ball here next. Nice angle. Now we'll see whether she tries to float up here for the 4-ball. She'll have to put a little bit of right-hand spin to get as far up table if she's going to the 4-ball as what she can. Could just float this and take what the table gives her, but I think she'd want to get as close as what she can. She did float it. Nice pocket weight. 4-ball sitting not too terribly outside that top right-hand corner. 3 hanging out on the right side rail, down to the bottom right after that. Even a little bit of angle here is a-okay. She can take the 8 to that left-hand side pocket. Overcut it. Overcut it, and that's what caused that cue ball to come so far down. She caught the 4 a little bit thin, and that cue ball maintained its speed rather than losing some by the connection. But again, really nothing left too easy here for Constance. Kind of been the tail of the tape thus far. She does have a cut on the 15-ball to that bottom left-hand corner, or right. Play in the safety. And that's okay. Kathy will get this 4-ball off that back end rail. One of the worst spots in 8-ball. Once you're down to the last few balls, to have a ball on the end rail like this. One of the worst spots to be. And that's okay. This will work. That's not going to leave a whole lot here for Constance either. That 12-9 combo, not easy. I'll show you. See if this other angle shows you how offline that is. She's got to back cut the 12 to back cut the 9. Not an easy combination at all. Probably not one I'm going to look to take on. I might just chip off the 10-ball at the top of the table and try to utilize that 4-ball, stuff the cue ball underneath that 4. We do need 86 likes, Patricia. I agree. Yeah, this normally would work, but in these cases, I think you've got to recognize the opponent that you're playing. And Kathy does have the hit on the 3, but she's also pretty deadly with that jump cue. She could, if she chose to, use that jump cue. She's pretty accurate. Jump over and make the 4 and have position onto the 3. Oh, she's looking at cutting that 3 ball straight up the table. Just watch that left-hand side pocket. Overcuts, however, second place prize again. A lot of distance between the cue ball, 13 ball. Could back cut the 15 if she chose to as well. But I think for myself, I'm taking that 13 ball. I'm going to utilize actually that distance that I have to shoot. I'm going to take the 13, split the window back up table between the 8-15, try to position myself for the 10 ball. Take that trouble out as fast as I possibly can. Well, that 8 ball is getting surrounded here. I don't know if it splits the window between that 9-15 to go into the bottom right-hand corner. A little short of pace coming back off that top rail, but it will work. Kathy staring down that 8 ball like it does go through that window. So if she's looking at it, it must go. Kathy's got a ton of experience in all the disciplines. 8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball. I've been playing for a long time. I've known Kathy for a long time. Really since maybe late junior high, early high school. Looking to extend the lead. She does indeed. 2-0 Kathy Metzinger over Constant Paskaman. And I want to take you on a quick tour around the hidden spot if you've never been to the hidden spot. I'll give you the tour. And if you are in the area, make sure you come on down. We've got Jam Up Apparel in the building. Very rare that they are in Canada with a booth, but they are here. That booth being run by Joe Spence. And Canadian pricing. I also have a discount code for you if you are one of our online viewers and looking for some new pool gear. CSL20, all caps, CSL20. Go onto the Jam Up Apparel website. That gives you 20% off any and everything on the website. So once you've entered into the hidden spot, you walk on through. That brings you right into the seating area with all of the games and so on and so forth. The bar and the food service area just to the left of this picture. And then if you continue on walking, it takes you straight into what they call the league room, which is all the 7-foot diamond tables. There's 8 of those down there. The picture itself is taken from the stairs leading up to the mezzanine. And once you get up into the mezzanine, you have a choice to go right or left. To the right, that is the VIP area. It overlooks everything. There are 3 massive, massive big screens, perfect for any sporting events. And then if you take a left at the top of those stairs, and it's all open spaces, you get to look across and watch into the pro room, all of the 9-foot tables that we're playing on currently. And that is the hidden spot. Cindy says, are the brackets seeded or random draw? I believe the top 8 in each discipline was seeded. The rest is a random draw. Those brackets are available on Digital Pool. If you want to check them out, head on over to Digital Pool, check for 2025 Ladies Championships. We are in the 8-ball bracket. Early stages, still first round. It is a race to 6. The 9 and 10 ball have wrapped up. Brittany Bryant being your winner of both of those. So the Triple Crown is still available if she takes and gets the win here in 8 ball. It would be a Triple Crown win for the top-seeded Canadian female player, Ms. Brittany Bryant. So coverage today probably go till about 9 o'clock tonight. Hopefully my voice lasts that long. I'm going to shut it down a touch early tonight. That way I can come back rested, full, and ready for the final day tomorrow, where potentially we will crown that Triple Crown winner of Brittany Bryant. But there are 59 other players in 8 ball that want to throw a monkey wrench into those plans. So a total of 60 ladies in the 8 ball event for your Canadian Women's Championships. And of course, got to give a big shout out to Joanne Ashton and the Hidden Spot. She's put a ton of time, a ton of effort into being the host and getting everything ready at the pool room here. All of these tables being reclothed with Champion Cloth, Tournament Edition, and every table a brand new set of balls. And she had just a fantastic performance yesterday in 9 ball. And really, you know, you got to give her a big shout out. You know, all of the sponsors that she's got involved, trying to be the host, ensure everything on the back end is running, and then trying to be a player and perform well. Got to give her all the credit in the world. Not an easy thing to do, not for any of these ladies, if I'm being honest. It is a marathon. The amount of pool that these ladies play in 6 days is pretty phenomenal. Finally found the hidden spot. You did it. So not what Kathy was looking for there. Didn't want to marry up that 8-6. She's on a nice run here, but that 8-6 marrying up takes away the 8 ball into the bottom right-hand corner. She does have the 12 ball that she can rearrange the furniture with. But she's got to play this 13 to the 9, maybe a touch draw back, play the 9 into the left side. Oh, moves it. That will do. I don't know if it goes past, but it did create a little bit of separation, gives her something to work with. She might have to move it again here. Play that 10 ball, just nudge into that 8, try to create a little bit more separation. That'll leave the 9 ball into the top left-hand corner. Not bad, not bad. I think that 8 will pass 6 now. I'm not sure if it passes the 4. She's getting down, having a look. If it passes the 4, that is a great shot. It is close. Anytime you see a player getting down and giving it a one-eyed wink, you know she's close. Right, she does have the option. I don't know if she's considered this yet. She does have the option. It does go both to the top left and top right corner. She's got enough angle here. I think she could draw off that rail and come underneath. Uh-oh. She pured the stroke. Absolutely pured it. It was instant off that 9 ball and just drew straight back. 6 ball again, sticking its nose in the way. That 6 ball has been a nemesis for these ladies. True through all of 10 ball, all of 9 ball. That 6 ball just seems to stick its nose in. Well, nothing to it, Kathy. Nothing to it but to do it. One rail kick, 8-ball into the top left-hand corner. Got a try to channel your inner Barry Hooey the one time. Looking at the jump shot here, maybe cutting that 8-ball into the left side pocket. That is an awfully skinny pocket to be trying to jump cut. Yeah, I think I like this a little bit better. Kick it off the end rail. Bump the 8 in the rump. Send her up table towards that top left-hand corner. Gave it the old drive-by. This is going to give Constance ball in hand and a chance to get herself on the board. And from here, I mean, there's so many different ways to run this table. This is going to be shooter's choice. To be honest, I might play the 1-3 combo. Just a nice light pocket weight. Play the 1-3, then the 1. Depending on where I'm at, probably the 5, then the 2, then the 7, then the 6. 4-8, call her done. Yeah, the important part of this shot is to keep that 1 over top that side pocket. Yeah, just like that. Got a little close to it. That's all right. She can still take that 1 into that side pocket. She can cut it either way, whether she goes this way or comes down to the bottom of the table. Cuts it in the other way. Could also take the 2-ball here as well. Just sets her different, right? Then she's looking at potentially a 5-1 combo if she takes 2 first. Has the option on 7. Yeah, I like this better. She's going to call the ref here. So Steph Toy watching the hit here. Checking to make sure everything is good and legit. That is a good hit. So a little bit of a change of the out pattern compared to kind of where I thought it would go, but nonetheless, again, with a wide open table like this, shooter's choice. Right, although in this regard, with the cue ball being this close to the 2, probably taking the 7. That will work. Not sure if she's in on the 6 or not. Might have made this a little bit tougher. Let's see if our other angle will show us. Oh, maybe she is. She looks okay here. Ooh, drills it in. No issues whatsoever. Constance staring down this 5-ball. I like it. Nothing to it. Nice little pocket weight shot. Stick around for the 2 next. Uh-oh. Can't draw into the side pocket. It went in like it had eyes down the subway system of the ball return. Ball in hand for Kathy to again extend the lead. It is the halfway point. 3-0, Kathy Metzinger over Constance Paskaman. And I gotta put up the graphic here, everybody. Bear with me. It is one of the necessities in streaming and for putting on events is the sponsors. And I think it's highly, highly important that if you can do me a favor, search them out on their social media. Give them a little bit of love. Let them know they're getting noticed, they're getting seen. I think that's important, not just for this event, not just for Q Sports Live. It is industry-wide that when we have sponsors that are willing to support the sport we love, that we reach out, give them a little bit of love, utilize their services if you can. That way they are more inclined to come back and sponsor future events. How did all the rules get changed up over the year? Not sure which rule. Unpack that for me, Patricia. Which rules are you referencing? You tell me. Metzinger at the table, looking to make a ball. You would figure with that many balls on the table, making a ball isn't as tough as what it seems to be, but these corner pockets are just not accepting. We've seen that the entire way through. Not forgiving at all. High ball looking really good here. Nice play. Very well done. Did not want to have that cluster up though, 12-10. Wanted a little bit more separation on that. Just kind of rearranged the furniture a little bit. In this case, it was out of the frying pan into the fire. 10-3 tied up. Made the shot. Now the 10-12 ball tied up. Looking for the 14 ball. Now the positive thing with that 10-12, it does go to that top right-hand corner. Kathy was looking to come out for the 15 to get underneath that 10-12, so not sure whether she completely got there or not. Yeah, I think it depends on which rules you're talking about, right? So there's a couple of different disciplines within 8-ball. You've got bar rules, you've got BCA rules, VNEA rules, and all three of them have, oh, what a great shot. A few little jelly rubs, but the ball found its way into the pocket. A little challenging here though. 10 ball back cut to the blind corner in the top right. And trying to shape something after that is challenging. 11 kind of sitting in Never Never Land. Might have to take the 15 first here. I don't mind that. Take that 15 out of the equation down below. Very nicely done. Rearranges the furniture. Does the 11 pass the 3 into that bottom left-hand corner? Why have they changed? Evolution. Right? Those original rules that you speak of were known as, more often than not, and as of late, bar rules, where if you miss the 8, you just lose the game. It has evolved past that. And I certainly don't mind evolution coming into the game, same as, everybody saying, oh, wood shaft is better, carbon shouldn't be allowed in pool. I completely and wholeheartedly disagree. You look at any sport, doesn't matter what it is. The hockey used to be, very, very basic hockey sticks. Now they're made of carbon fiber or fiberglass. Combination of tennis, the same thing, golf, the same thing. It seems to be that there are a lot that say, well, why should pool progress? Well, isn't that fairly natural in any sport? It should progress. That includes rules, that includes equipment, same as the jump cue, right? You get a lot of players saying, oh, we should ban the jump cue. Why should we ban the jump cue? It's an evolution of the game. It brings in a different element. Right? But again, keep in mind, these are only my opinions. They don't mean anything, and they're worth every cent of what you've paid. Constance not getting the better of it here. He is going to leave Kathy on the right side of the 10 ball. 10 ball to the top right-hand corner. She can float to the left side of the table. I believe the 11 ball will pass the 5 into the bottom right. Might have to do the bank finish here, kind of take what the table gives you. May have the 8, maybe. Into the bottom left corner past the 6. But again, the rules are the rules, and the rules say in that equation, still got to make the first shot first. Shape is great, but you got to make the intended ball to keep going with it. So Constance going to step to the table, looking at the combination here, 4-7. And a little bit of work to do for her here, but it's not terrible. Take the 2 ball. The 3 ball really for Constance is the issue. It's sitting on top of that 8 ball at the bottom of the table. Very well done. On to the 1. May have to play this a little bit of back and forth. I don't know that you're going to hold that. Cutting the 1 into the top left-hand corner. Trying to hold for the 4 ball on that left side rail. Well, I would have to agree in the original state that when pool balls were made out of ivory tusks, I would agree with you 100% that pool was not meant for jumping. However, again, the evolution of pool and billiards suggests that now you can use the jump cue. It's a plastic resin that is used now for cue balls. It's not ivory tusks. So again, there's an argument to be made, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent. There is an argument to be made for both sides of the equation, whether you're for or against jump cues and evolution and carbon fiber and so on and so forth. There is justification and arguments for both sides of the coin. All right, I think the jump cue adds a level of entertaining value, and I think that's desperately needed within billiards, right? Anybody that plays billiards, we certainly understand, how difficult it is, but it's the entertainment factor to get the sport outside of just the players, which is what we need it to be. We need to get those eyes outside the game interested in watching. And even the cloth has come a long way, right? Cloth doesn't bruise up as easily as it once did with the old felt. Right, and I mean, look at the cloth on these tables. A prime example. They've been played on all week. Multiple jump attempts have been made on this table, and no marks to speak of. This is a tougher shot here for Kathy. The saving grace is with the angle that she's got to cut this. I think she's going right into the face of the 6 ball, acting as a stopper. Oh, very well done. Didn't even need the 6. Dead in to the 1 ball. Even better for her, jumping her up 1 game closer. It is a race to 6 on the A side here for 8 ball. Yeah, I'd agree, Cindy. Change isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think it did amazing things for both golf and tennis, right? Golf using the old hickory sticks back in the day. And look at the evolution that that golf has kind of gone through, not only in terms of clubs and irons and so on and so forth, but golf balls, rule changes, course conditions, right? And I think pool is now starting to kind of go through that same evolution, right? The equipment's getting worked over, the cloth is getting worked over, balls are getting worked over, all to try to kind of find that sweet spot that gives the most entertainment value. And I think if we want pool to become an actual sport, and let's be clear, in Canada and the US, it is not considered a sport. It is not recognized by the Liquor and Gaming Control Boards here in Canada as a sport. It is not recognized by the Gaming Commission in the US, hence why we have no government support from either side of the line. And if we want it to be a sport, we kind of have to get it to the outside viewing audience. Have to make it interesting. Would I rather see a jump shot or a run out? Again, right, I'm okay with seeing a jump shot in the middle of a run out, where normally, if unless you're Efren Reyes and you can kick like a mule, you get locked up. And yes, Efren can do it, and it's exciting to watch for those of us that know pool, understand pool, and understand the difficulty of what Efren Reyes does. But let's keep in mind, the outside viewing audience doesn't understand that difficulty. That's where the jump cue comes in. It goes up and over. It adds an element of excitement, a layer of excitement that I think viewing audience appreciates. Good morning, Royce. And sorry, guys, I'm headed off on a tangent here. Oh, rare open table miss for Ms. Metzinger. Looking to get herself on the hill. Constance coming to the table wide open spaces. She gets choice. She can go high ball or low ball. So if it is your very, very first time watching 8-ball, after the break, player has the option. They can shoot either the solids or the stripes. Once you do declare, so you sink one ball or the other. So if you choose to go solids, you play solids the entire way through until you reach the 8-ball. 8-ball, when you sink that after making all of your chosen color or chosen group, declares the winner of the game. That's why there's no big money in pool, especially women's pool. There's really this might get controversial, y'all. I don't think there's big money in pool at all, period. Yes, you can make an argument for what Matchroom is doing and what perhaps Predator's doing, some of the other tours out there, even with what Joy's doing. I mean, Lord love them, the Hayball Grandmaster Championships pays $750,000 for the first place winner. But let's be honest, compare those type of numbers to any of the big six. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer. Tell me where we sit. Is it big money? Right, and I could go, believe me, I could go on about this topic all day long, because there was a point in time I was looking to try to do some things to change things up, and it involved some bigger money, and not 50,000, 100,000. That's not big money. I had an angel, we'll call him, that was willing to at one point look at a few things, and that was a few investments that got into the millions and one that got into billions of dollars. And that's what it's going to take, is a complete overhaul and a complete injection of some cash and a few other things, in my opinion. But I don't want to go too far off track here. You know, if y'all want me to, I will, but I'm here to commentate on ladies pool. If you really want me to go off on it, I will, but I can talk about this stuff all day long. So Konstantin Paskaman at the table here, taking the 12-ball out, top right-hand corner. A virtual sitting duck way up there. Left herself a little bit tougher here. I don't know what to see here. Maybe the 13 banks. 13 into the top right-hand corner. Kind of push through that. Push into the 7-ball. That'll get at least get you onto the 10. I don't know whether you'll have the make on it. Could draw on the 13 bank. Try to play and stick into that 2. You might get the 9-ball into the top right. I don't think you can see it into the side. Just roll forward, play safe. This could work too. But really nothing. When you play that safety, you kind of want to develop the table in your favor. Just playing a ball to hit a ball and get a rail, you need to look at that just a little bit differently. Try to develop the table in your favor. Right now, of course, there are scenarios and situations where you can't do that. That's all you've got. But as a general rule of thumb for myself, this is a great shot. Almost to perfection. She'd have stayed underneath that 1-ball. Things would have been great. Yeah, there is a way to make it big. I mean, it's going to take the right person to get it done. That's for sure. Kathy in on a few of her trouble balls here. So 3 ball to the top left-hand corner. That'll set her on the 7 ball. That's the ball just below the cue ball sitting on that left side rail. I realize with the camera and the lights, a little bit hard to distinguish which ball is which. Yeah, and believe me, I mean, you should feel inspired by watching this. I mean, these ladies go through such a grind throughout this Canadian Championships. They play some great pool. They support each other, and I've said this the whole week, right? Men need to take a page out of the ladies' book in that regard. Right? You watch these ladies, and as they get eliminated out of these events, a lot of these ladies will stick around. They support each other. They're here to watch. And us men, we don't do that. When we get eliminated, I'm out of here. Got things to do, people to see. Generally speaking, most men don't stick around. They don't support each other. And I think we need to take a page out of that book from the ladies. What is the payout in this event? I'm not sure. I will find that info out. I know in I think it was the 10 ball first place prize was $2,000. Second place was $1,000. Not sure what it was in 9 ball. Not sure what it is in 8 ball, but I'll find out. As soon as this match is done, I'll try to get those numbers and have those ready for you on the next stream. Nice looking run out here from Kathy, in full control to put herself on the hill. Nice use of inside spin there. And I probably guesstimate 5-1-4. Could go the other way, could go 1-4-5, but I think it's going to be 5 ball, 1 ball, 4 ball, depending on how she lands on that. Roll forward and take the 8 to that left-hand side pocket. Put herself on the hill. Yeah, and if you can kind of string together a couple of wins, I mean, you look at Brittany Bryant. Won the 10 ball, won the 9 ball, looking to do some damage here in the 8 ball and take that down and take home the Triple Crown. She'll do well. Naomi, I think, has done well. Done well by pool standards, right? So with this shot for Kathy, I think she's got to just kind of pump this one in off that left side rail, back across the table, put the 8 into the side, same corner pocket, the bottom right. Trying to hold on this long of a distance with that much of a cut to put the 8 into that left side pocket is a challenge. Yeah, great shot. Pumps it in. Pumps it with perfect shape. There's the Kathy Metzinger that I know. Yeah, very well done. Yeah, Miller Lite used to, and then they put a ban on that type of sponsorship. And I mean, you can go back to cigarette days too, right? Camel used to be involved, and so on and so forth. But now it's kind of a different thing today, and it's certainly a challenge to kind of get outside money into pool. And, you know, when you look at it in terms of business, and if you think about pool as business and look at the industry, what are our sponsors looking for, right? Anytime you get a sponsor, and I mean, let's be honest, a sponsor is a fancy way of saying it, you know, a potential investor into an event, what are they looking for? Well, they're looking for a couple of things. They're looking for an ROI. They're looking to get noticed, right? Have a positive impact on their businesses. And with the state of pool, and I mean, again, I can go down on this tangent line for so long, and I'm trying to avoid it. So we'll just say this. There's a lot of work that needs to be done if we want it to be considered one of the big sports. A lot of structuring that needs to go on in billiards before we can get that outside money to any amount that's going to make a massive impact and a massive difference. All right, that being said, I'm going to try to avoid going down that rabbit hole. I can get caught up in that. That was something I was really passionate about for a long time, so I'm going to leave it at that. Kathy with the long bomb on the 9 ball here. I believe she's going to go high ball. Very well done. 14 into that left-hand side pocket. She's got really nice angles. She can kind of just touch draw that in. She'll have the 12 ball into the bottom left-hand corner. Try to play shape on the 10 ball. And she'll have the 10, the 15, then the 11, 8 ball. And it's just that simple. It's not that simple. It is definitely not that simple. It's easy from our perspective. I don't miss not one shot from back here. I bat 1,000. Right, so really, I mean, so many ways to play this one too, right? Forward motion, take the 10 next. You can touch draw that, take the 12 ball out. Now she's got choice, either which. She can go 12 ball, she can go 10 ball. Whatever she's comfortable and confident with. I kind of like taking out the 12 ball first. Only because the 10 leads to the 15 much easier than the 12 ball. And then the 15 leads to the 11, which leads to the 8. More of a natural path that way. Oh, look out. Again, pured that stroke. And with the speed these tables are playing at, when you pure the stroke like that, it just seems to instantly grab with that draw, and it just doesn't slow down. It just keeps on rocking. That being said, as I mentioned before, no stranger with jump cue. And in fact, Kathy is pretty darn deadly with that jump cue. So she'll go up and over the 7 ball, take out the 15 ball. She'll be sitting good if she can hit and stick. A little bit dangerous, right? Given where the 15 ball is, sitting that close to the rail. Just like that. Such a great shot. Now again, choice here. I think she's got to play the 10 to the top left-hand corner and just a nice little touch, pocket weight, and she's on to the 11 ball. Kathy Metzinger showing the skills with the jump cue. She is the lady, in my opinion. She's got the best jump that I've ever seen, even through all the streams that I've done. That was at the Ashton Twins Classic about I don't remember how long ago it was, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I can't remember if it was pre or post COVID. But just an unbelievable jump shot. It was the craziest thing. A little bit off on the trajectory, but I'll tell you what. 10 ball trying to get involved in the game. But that will bring Constance to the table, really down to a single shot here. 2 ball all the way up to that top left-hand corner. She is staring down at the 4 ball here. I didn't think she quite had enough on that, but she is calling it 4 to the right-hand side pocket. Myself, I might try to take the trouble out, which is the 2 ball. And we'll see if the 10 does squeeze between the window of the 2-11 into that bottom left-hand corner. Great shot. Really well done. Nice to hold as much as what she did. She does have the cut on the 15 ball. Looking to close escrow here. We'll see if she goes into the backside of 2 or goes beside it. That's all right. Leaves the 11 ball sitting over top of that corner pocket. 2 ball in a touch of trouble, not massive. Anytime you can get down to the bottom left-hand side of the table here for Constance would be recommended. I don't know that I'd want to save that 2 ball for last. Maybe you do. I think I'm going to take the 6 ball, roll up for the 7 ball. Leave myself some angle. I want to have some options. Proves me wrong again, and I'm okay with it. I don't need to always be right. There's so many different ways to run a table. A little bit of a nudge on the 5, and she's still okay. 4 ball sitting up fairly close to that top right-hand corner. She can just pocket weight that in. She'll be on to the 7 ball. Leave herself some angle on 7. Float over to the left side. She'll have choice of either the 2 or the 5. Just nice and light. Yeah, smooth it in. Perfect. With the exception, you don't want to be straight. And I think she's fairly straight here on the 7 ball. Very nice. Punches that in. She is on the 5 ball, so you might see her play safe here. She can kind of touch that 5. It is off the rail. Touch the 5, leave the 5 between the cue ball and 11. Could bank this back to the side pocket. That would be a shot. She is trying the safety, leaving some distance. Kathy will be shooting off the beach. And a lot of distance between that cue ball and 11 ball, and she might actually have to play into the traffic here. She might have to play into that 2 ball. Trying to shape the 8 from that distance can be a massive challenge from here. Could put the right-hand spin on this. She did. Didn't quite check up. I do love the effort though. Trying to check on that amount of distance off the rail. Pretty tough. Send that 2 ball around. Nope. Trying to plug the hole. I thought she was going to play the combination 8 onto the 2, send the 2 ball up top. Create as much separation as what you can. This will leave Constance with an opportunity to get herself on the board. A little bit of a draw there. She's okay. Nothing to do here. Make the 5. Don't really have to do anything fancy at all. The one thing you do have to be aware of, we saw this once before, don't draw off that 5 into that side pocket. Just a little outside. That could be curtains here. Metzinger with the opportunity to close escrow. I don't see her missing it. And indeed she does not. 6-0, Kathy Metzinger over Constance Paskaman. Great showing there from Kathy. Constance not out. It is still double elimination here for 8 ball. She'll move over to the B side. And I'm sure I'm going to have another A side match coming up for you next. Not sure who it's going to be. Stick around and find out. On behalf of myself and the rest of the Q Sports Live team, I appreciate you tuning in. Don't go far. I'll be back here in just a few minutes.